Hi everyone, I'm Talia. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you like this video and you want to see more like it. And if you don't already, follow me on Instagram. That's where you'll get the newest and greatest news over at Brightly Imagine. Hello everyone, this is Talia, and I realized that I have not done one of my very exciting pen tests with my new Happy Planner, so that's what I'm going to do for you guys today. Since I'm only doing one notebook and I'm not really comparing it to another one, I mean, I have other videos on my channel, so if you want to check out a lot of my bullet journals, I have where I do pen tests and talk about the results afterwards. But I haven't done that yet with the Happy Planner, so this one's kind of a standalone to show how the paper holds up. And since I'm doing only one, I decided to throw in a few more friends from my pen collection. So let me show you which ones I'm going to be using. Okay, the first one is the Faber-Castell Pet Artist Pen. It's a favorite among bullet journalers, but they are pretty pricey, so not something I replace frequently, but I do know that they are well received. I have my Sharpie pen. This one's my personal favorite. It is also a little pricey, but not as bad as the Faber-Castell if you're buying them individually. And so I like this one a lot for bullet journaling. The Pilot Precise Rolling Ball V7. I like this one a lot, but it does have a tendency to smear under color. And my Papermate Ink Joy Gel Pen, 0.7. These are super fun to write with. I totally recommend them for just writing, and we'll see how the bullet journal likes them. So this is a new one to the lineup. Actually, the Ink Joy was too. The new one is these Pigma Microns. I've actually had these. I don't know why I haven't used them in a video before now. Mostly because I didn't feel really the need to test them, because these are really good pens and they're used in Bible journaling, which has like the thinnest paper in the world. So I usually don't test these, but I'm going to throw these on here just so you guys can see how good these are. Okay, the next one is the Staedtler Triplus Fine Liner, also a regular here on my channel. The Papermate Flare, like that one a lot too. Bic highlighter I usually have just to show highlighters. I don't have any midliners, but I'm assuming a highlighter is a highlighter. Could be wrong. Crayola Super Tips. These are really great. Highly recommend these. And they seem to be very popular in the planning and bullet journal communities. The Sharpie Permanent Marker doesn't usually do well on the pen test. This is kind of my dummy test to show that the paper will bleed. And I have a Staedtler ink pen. I don't normally write in ink pens, but I just thought I'd throw it in because every time I do not write with an ink pen, people ask about the ink pen. So there it is. The last one is a Tombow dual brush pen. Great pens. Price wise, they're a little high, but I do have the full set of these because I'm a bullet journaling YouTuber, so I had to get them. Okay, for this test, I'm going to be using this graph paper that you can buy separately. I've seen this on the website and at Michael's, and I think I've seen it at other places too. I think they also sell it at Joann's. I'd use the dot grid paper, but this one actually feels maybe a little thinner, just slightly. So I'm going to give this one a shot since this is the one you're usually going to find. It comes with the lined paper too, which I think I have a sample of back here. Yeah, these lined papers come too. You get 20 of these and 20 of the grid in the pack. So this is the paper I'm going to be testing today. And there's a paper at the back so that it can bleed through onto that, and there's a third one, so I'm not too worried about this test. And if you stay to the end of that little introduction, you're a saint. So let me show you how I do the pen test, and then we'll go over the results at the end. I'll time lapse the rest of me writing. But what I do is I write the name of the pen. So this is the Faber-Castell S. Then what I do is I fill in a box, and then I fill in another box 3 times. And the reason I fill in the third box is to show if you put a lot of the ink on the paper, is it going to go through or not. So again, I write the name, I shade a box in, and then I triple shade that last box. All right, so I'm going to do the rest of them, but I'll time lapse it for you guys. On the Tombow dual brush pen, I did both sides. I did the fine tip, and I did the brush tip. I don't know if you guys caught that in the time lapse, but I just wanted to let you know since there's 2 of them. So now we're going to turn the page and see how we did. Okay, first glance is usually right here, and ooh, that's the ink pen. Look at that. Actually, though, it did really well in the middle part. It's just where I did the triple layer. The single layer did fine, and it looks like it started to want to come through a little bit on the S there, because I probably just started, so it had a lot of ink in it. So actually that's not too bad. And the Sharpie got a little bit right there. That's from the triple layer. As you can see, the Sharpie you can clearly see. Aside from that, the ghosting is very, very minimal on this. I don't see anything at all right here or right here. I see a little bit on, what is this? I think it's the 4th, yeah, the Papermate Ink Joy. So the Papermate Ink Joy does spot a little, and the one above it, and this is on the triple layer, on the other one it didn't spot. The single layer did not spot. And the V7 also did a little spotting, which I think is pretty typical of rolling ball pens. They're really nice to write with, but they do have the drawback of, I think, scratching the paper. I think that's what lets it through. I could be wrong about that, or maybe just the ball itself is putting a lot of extra ink in there, but only on the triple layer. And aside from that, there's ghosting, but there's not bleed through, and it's very light ghosting. So they actually held up pretty well on this paper. Aside from that, the only thing I can just see a little bit of the triple layer, but yeah, there's no ghosting on any of this. So the Faber-Castell and the Sharpie did excellent. I don't see any bleed through on those. Yeah, no bleed through on those. And of course the next ones, the Pigma Micron did great. Staedtler Triplus Fine Liner, of course, great. Papermate Flare, Bic Highlighter. Crayola Super Tip is really good. I can't even see that Crayola Super Tip. It could be just because it's a lighter blue, but I don't even see it. It looks like I didn't do anything there. And same thing down here with the Tombow. So that's why I always compare those two. And the only complaint I do have that doesn't have to do with bleed through is I see on the times when I do markers that the paper starts to scratch a little. Look, I got a little piece of the paper off from the Tombow. And there might be, it seems like it comes off a little bit on the markery ones, like the highlighters and the super tips. It starts to scuff up the paper a little bit. So that is a factor to be aware, and I actually did have some bleed through when I did a lot of coloring. I think it was because it was scratching up the paper so the ink was able to get in. So on my October cover, I tried to white it out, but you can still see a little bit of orange spots here, and it came from my habit tracker on the back when I was doing this ombre effect, because I was going over it a lot to get the ombre effect. So it started to scuff up the paper. So that seems to be kind of a trend with this paper, so that's my only caveat about the Happy Planner paper. What pens do you guys have in your collection? What pens do you use for bullet journaling? Because I want to know, do you guys use any of these? Do you have something else that I should try? Let me know in the comments below. All right, everyone, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.